Today we're talking about why your gym website needs to be mobile friendly, and this is a really important topic which we briefly mentioned on the last podcast about how it lays out and being able to read it, which is all part of it. But James, what constitutes a mobile friendly website?
A website that actually loads on your phone. How about
that? Brilliant. Moving on. Is there anything more to it than that?
Yeah, there's lots of things go into it, but a mobile-friendly website is one that actually adapts to the mobile phone you're using. There's multiple styles of mobile phone around the world. I think most people use an iPhone or they use an Android phone. So they've got to adapt to different types of devices, different sizes. Some have got gigantic ones. They're now foldable ones going everywhere. They do different screen sizes. But the key stat is this, is that 61% of the time, every time.
60% of the time, mobile-friendly websites work every time. There we go.
Exactly. Now, what is it? 61.21%? That's it. 61.21% in 2024 of all traffic to websites and Google is on a mobile device. That is huge. And it's one of those things where it comes to gym owners, I'm seeing so many gym owners neglect their website. They're relying on social ads, Meta, Instagram, TikTok, all these different things. But they're forgetting that the highest intent of traffic comes via Google. And their website is like 10 years old, 15 years old. You can't find your way around it. So it's hard to navigate it. So you've got to remember that a mobile-friendly website is one that adapts to mobile devices and that shrinks in the simplest way. Think of how it changes position and movement. So if you go to you got horizontal mode, vertical mode, horizontal mode. I can't even do my ups and downs today. But you've got to get that right accordingly. So it needs to adapt to accordingly. So it's got to be dynamic and move accordingly. Now, and in today's world, there's no excuse. All websites should be pre-built with this. If the web designer doesn't do it, you need a new web designer, as simple as possible.
I was going to say, from someone who is not techie, the non-techie person on here, does it not just do it automatically? Does it have to be built in? That's something that a website designer has to build into your website?
You have to use a theme that does mobile-friendly procedures. I think that's the best way to put it. So you could go and build your own website, which is the hardest way to do it. But most of them on Wix, Squarespace, they come pre-built with themes. You can just copy and paste, and they are mobile friendly. WordPress is mostly if you choose the right theme, but it's about choosing the right theme for speed and for optimizing at the same time. So yes, technically they should be, but you got to choose the right one because some themes you choose, they go, well, that looks pretty, but in reality, it's so slow and so heavy that it actually makes it worse when loading, so people actually don't click on your website in the first place because it takes too long to load up. So
what then are some of the benefits of having a good mobile-friendly design? Does it increase engagement? Do people stay on your page longer?
Yeah, increases engagement, increases conversions, increases sales. Let's get to the bottom line. So if you haven't got a website that loads fast, which means mobile-friendly too, that's easily digestible. So when people are reading pages on a website, so if you write content for a desktop, for example, people will do big, long paragraphs. But on a mobile, you've got to keep them short and sweet, like one line, maybe 2 lines max, because people are now skim reading. So the way people go onto your website now on the mobile devices, they do this. They go onto the phone, they scroll to the bottom, scroll back up, and they start going through it again. Think about next time you go onto a website, how you manage it. You literally look on a page, okay, top page, okay, that looks interesting. Scroll to the bottom, then you start scrolling up and down to see where you want to stop at to learn more about it. So you've got to have digestible bites of information, and that also constitutes mobile friendly, not just the actual techie side, the engine under the hood, essentially. So there's lots of elements to this. Is it readable for mobile devices?
And you've got to be really careful with pop-ups and images again and stuff, haven't you? Because we've mentioned this before, like the Liverpool Echo, which obviously I read a lot for Everton, and you've mentioned like Wales Online and the Manchester Evening News. Their websites, oh my God, unreadable. Absolutely. Yet I still go back on because I want to read about Everton, but it is a horrendous experience.
Exactly. And we haven't got the luxury of all the advertising and costs they have to try and promote it, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, so for us, we've got about user experience. So yeah, pop-ups are a big part of it. When do they pop up? Are they popping up everywhere? Or are they in strategic places? But the point is, it's the user experience just as much as the technical stuff when it comes to mobile-friendly websites. So go onto your website, look through it. Like, would you read it yourself if you were new to your website? Because we're always biased, go, this is okay, I can get away with it, it's working fine. Most of the time, it's not. So when we're writing content in our blogs, you'll notice that, yes, is it grammatically incorrect? Absolutely, right? Do the copywriters and the proofreaders that we get using us get annoyed with it? Yes, they do. But in terms of user experience, we use 1 or 2 lines tops in terms of breaking down the content, and never too much content on the homepage.
What about how does that impact on SEO and search rankings for Google?
Massive. It's a mobile first world. If you haven't got a mobile friendly website that's fast loading, you will not rank highly on Google. Or if you are ranking highly on Google, it's because there's no competition. But if you want to get into a competitive market, let's say London, New York, San Francisco, you have to have a fast loading website that's mobile optimized, because it's a mobile first world. How do you know it's mobile optimized? You go to Page Speed Insights on the Googles, put in your website link in there, and it'll tell you how fast the website is. I actually just tested one of our clients, Samantha Attard's website this morning to make sure everything's going well, because we made some changes to her website. Her score is 98%. I challenge you to get a faster website than that from anybody else. Just saying. That's a challenge for me putting out there. So that tells me it's mobile first, and Google likes it. And that's why her blog content is ranking highly.
It is. A lot of it's number one, isn't it? In a matter of days, weeks, which is fantastic. Speed. What kind of health speed, loading speed are we looking at? Mobile first, but also mention desktop as well.
90% plus. 90% plus. All our websites, we guarantee 90% speed scores plus. That's exactly what we're focusing on, because that is the key ranking factor for all the content. And on desktop, 100%. If you're going to go to, let's use Sam's actual website, spirocollective.com, go into Page Speed Insights, put her website into there, you'll see she's at 98% and 100% respectively.
Fantastic. Andrew, I feel bad I've not brought you in at all on this. James has just been jabbering away, but anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, I was just thinking as James was explaining all this, I think this is a great strategic play for independent gyms particularly, that it levels the playing field. As James says, so many in the fitness world, gyms in particular, they've had their website built, and that might be 10 or 15 years ago. It's not been updated, and it doesn't have these mobile impacts. So if you have that focus on getting your website mobile friendly, you're gonna jump higher and be found. And as I say, that helps level the playing field for you if you're competing against the big box gyms.
And I think that's the important thing to talk about here now, is that you are as an independent gym owner competing against the big box gyms who've got thousands of pounds of money and investment behind them. But it's why we're a digital marketing agency. We help you market and grow your business. That's what we're trying to do for gym owners, personal trainers, any health practitioner out there. That's what we specialize in. But this is why we emphasize that anything that we do to help you grow your business comes down to the website. That's why we build people's websites for them from scratch and do it for free, because our services will not work to the best of their ability until they have that speed behind them. So I can't emphasize this enough. So if you are doing ads, trying to market your business online digitally, for us, the key thing is that website speed and the architecture to get you ranking highly on speed, and also in terms of mobile friendly design.
Absolutely. So there you go. Gym owners, make sure that your websites are mobile friendly. It is absolutely massively important for your Google rankings and so much more in this day and age. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review and subscribe. And if you want help getting more clients or patients, then book in for your free 15-minute strategy call with us by going to strengthmatters.com/strategy.